Okay, Jan. Thank you very much for coming to Madrid in a terrible day as this. I have some questions about the subject of your lecture. The first one of these are, what impact will the digital economy have on accounting?
Okay, so what I would like to do with this conference is to tackle some issue related to the new way of doing business with the digital transformation, and the fact that this digital revolution has created some new kind of transactions like e-commerce or big data or even blockchain and cryptocurrencies, and all those new kind of transaction are not fully recorded yet in accounting. So I'm trying with this conference to trace which kind of transaction could be or not recorded in accounting. So it also asks the question of the accounting framework per se, and do we have to rethink the accounting framework at large?
As you remember, we participated in a European project called Meritum, and this project tried to measure intangibles. And my question is, how can companies measure these new intangible assets coming from the digital economy?
Okay. So as you said, so we used to work together some years ago in the Meritum project, and so for the way I see the challenges for accounting linked to digital revolution is the fact that the bridge between this digital revolution and firm value lies in knowledge management, and so what we can call also intellectual capital, and usually it is translated as intangible assets in financial accounting. So yes, for me, the natural way of communicating this new value creation is from intangible assets and new intangible assets. So how to measure intangible assets, this is the big question. So I have no real answers yet, but I think that until now, what we call the discounting cash flow valuation model are the best way to measure intangible assets, like trademarks or whatever.
And in general, what other challenges companies face in their digitalization?
It depends of the sector and the industry. I think that one of the main challenges for me, or to the best of my understanding, is when you have transaction like M&A, and you buy another company for a value that is 10 times or 50 times the value of its recorded assets. So for the acquirer, you end up with a tremendous amount of goodwill, and they stayed in the consolidated accounts. So, but we are not really fully able to explain what it is, because it's a mix of internally developed intangible assets that you are not allowed to recognize, of synergies, of perhaps of overvaluation, etc., etc. So since the accounting rules are thought goodwill as a residual, And when you have a residual value that represents 80% of the acquisition price, for me it means that there is something that is not working well.
Yeah, it's okay. As you know, there is a new, not new, but recent new directive coming from the European Union about the reporting of non-financial information. What do you think about that? It is possible to introduce some information related to intangibles between this kind of non-financial information?
So it would be a mandatory. So it's not voluntary disclosure, but it's mandatory disclosure and more qualitative than quantitative information about intellectual capital or intangible assets. I think it could be good to have more information about intangible assets, but as you know, too much information is not always good as well. So I think it has to be really, how to say that, regulated.
Thank you very much.